Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for the Late Night Sauce podcast. I'm here with Mario Connor and our guest tonight, Fitzthekid, back again.
Hello, how's it going?
Oh, it's good, Jack. It's good. So, I'm going to ask you a question, Fitzy.
Why am I scared?
Why are you scared?
I don't
We're all
know.
friends
circle of trust right
We're all
here.
friends here.
Okay,
It's
that's
a circle
true.
of trust. It's nothing bad.
This
Come
is
on.
true. This is
We're not
true.
going to talk about, like, you approaching girls or anything again.
It's not like
Yeah,
he
no,
goes
it's
on
right.
the internet or
It's
anything.
fine. Yeah, no. So, I got a question. So, when you go to the bar, whether it be with friends, with a lady, maybe you're just catching a drink after shift or something, I don't know. But what annoys you about other people at the bar?
Other people at the bar.
Other people at the bar. What do they do that, like, while you're sitting there,
Customers,
just annoys you?
staff,
Customers, staff,
whatever.
whatever you see. Like, what do you think?
Really, the only thing that they could do to annoy me is just like physically bump into me, because I do very much enjoy people watching while I'm at the bar.
But you don't like people touching you.
I mean, not if I can help it, not if I don't really know them.
What if it's
I
like
don't
one of those
want
like
them
tight
touching me.
spaces where like, the guy's trying to walk by and nobody got out of his way and he tripped and he bumped you by accident and he said, "I'm very sorry, excuse me." Like,
Is that an issue?
Is that an issue?
Oh, we're gonna have a problem.
Really?
Really?
No, absolutely.
Wow.
No,
Whoa,
absolutely not.
whoa.
Absolutely
Fitzy,
not.
you do not have a violent bone in your body.
No, absolutely not. We won't have a problem. No.
'Cause that happens to me one time.
Oh, okay.
It happens to me a lot, actually. I trip over people sometimes in busy places, and I say, "Oh, excuse me," and I keep walking, you know. I think the proper etiquette is always apologize because shit happens. And
Floor's slippery.
Yeah,
things are on the
something,
ground.
yeah.
Something happens. Somebody's like got a leg.
It happens to me when I'm working, not when I'm drinking, actually. It's when I'm trying to get by, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know how it is, Connor.
Fortunately, yes. The barback life is not glorious sometimes.
No,
That's
it's
all I have
not.
to say
The
on
struggle is real. The struggle is real, people. And you should respect the barback struggle.
Don't forget the bartenders.
Yeah, the bartender's struggle is real too, but I feel like the barback struggle is harder. I really do.
And we're doing
It's-
two completely different things.
But you get the grunt work. You got the, you know, it's hard for you guys.
It's all physical.
You're working harder than us. I'm telling you right now. I firmly believe the bartenders are working less harder than the barbacks. Because without the barbacks, the bartenders are screwed.
I know I'm working less harder than the barbacks. I was barback. I feel the difference. Trust me.
You, my barback.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but where I'm physically exhausted at the end of my shift, are you mentally exhausted at the end of your
Oh,
Absolutely.
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What do you
bro.
mean?
shift? It's too
The mental struggle is real for all of us.
You almost can't compare them. I don't know.
Especially you, Jack.
I am usually mentally and physically exhausted at the end.
Yeah,
of the
you
day.
double dip being in the kitchen. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
first you got the physical, like the making, like if you're doing salads, making the salads, the desserts, prepping, all that stuff. And on
Fitz
the
the
other
kid
end,
is a master salad tosser.
I
He is.
appreciate that. I
He
appreciate that.
He
really
makes a
is.
mean tiramisu.
Yes, he does.
he does. He
I
does.
get, I
He
get
does.
yelled at in English and Spanish. One of those languages I understand, and I don't know which is worse.
Made him
I
spit
bet.
in it.
I'm not sure which is worse.
If you don't know, now you know.
But like, so you got the physical end, and at the same time, you have to deal with like my favorite thing, stupid server questions.
Yeah, or one of
Oh, boy.
maybe one of the line cooks throwing French fries at my head. You know, it varies from day to day.
But if it doesn't hit the floor, then you have a snack. I mean, I see no issue with
Thinking the
that.
same thing.
It's a fry.
And he was
it's a
on the
fry.
and,
What do you
and,
mean?
and,
He
and
has
you got the
tossed
3-second rule on the floor too. So
He had not on that kitchen.
You made a paper or something, dude?
No,
Like,
he
what? It's a fry.
He has tossed them into my mouth before. To
There
be
you
fair.
go.
So there is
Yeah.
that. There is that. I do appreciate that.
Do you go through the window or do you go over the plates on top?
I think we went through the window. I had to go pretty low. But
Yeah, through the
we-
window's a little tougher. You get a little more of an arc over the top. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, if you do over the top, you might touch the ceiling.
Yeah, I think he either hit the ceiling or hit a plate the first time, and yeah.
It's just
That's
not the right trajectory. So,
I love them to death back there, though. I love them.
oh yeah.
They keep me alive every day. They make me food every day.
Oh, they keep this restaurant alive.
This is true.
They are the
without
backbone
them, we
of
are
this place.
we are out of jobs without our kitchen staff.
I mean, you can get a drink like wherever. Places have good drinks. That's the thing. But the food, you know, the consistency,
food makes the place.
the thing, it makes the place. It's the thing that makes you want to go back. I mean,
God bless you, Chef Manny.
Yo, Jesus Christ, thank God.
Thank God you're back.
Oh, yeah.
We missed
Oh,
you,
yeah.
friend.
I'll drink
We missed you, friend. Cheers to Manny. Wish
Hello.
you were here right now with us, buddy.
He'll be here one of these days.
We're going to try to get him on the podcast one of these nights. Chef Manny is not exactly a, glory hound. He's more of a behind-the-scenes kind of guy,
He's
hardworking.
the unsung hero.
A realist.
Unsung hero, a realist. And
We should have an employee.
He's a
of the
busy
month.
man.
We should have
He's
an
got,
employee
he's
of
got
the
a
month
family,
and
he's
an
got a life.
unsung
He's
hero,
got
I think.
Man, we do have an employee of the month, check.
For the front of house and then unsung hero for the kitchen staff.
yeah.
They should. They really should.
Yeah,
You're
the
not
whole,
lying, you're not lying.
but the whole
It would
staff
help
back
morale,
there,
not
the whole
lie.
staff back there, you just gotta give them credit. Without them, like this place crumbles. So we're gonna tap our glass to the kitchen staff.
That's what I like
Cheers,
to hear.
cheers, guys. But you wanna know what bothers me when I go into a bar?
What bothers you, Mario? Let me know.
Arrogant bartenders and servers. Arrogance. I hate arrogance.
Oh.
So,
And maybe
So
let
I know what
me
you
change
mean.
my stance.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying arrogance I hate, because some people should be arrogant because they deserve it. I'm
Yeah.
saying, and correct me if I'm using the wrong words, because the Kettle One is flowing tonight. Thank you, Kettle One, for being the unofficial sponsor of Tapthatglass.
Be a lot
Feel free
cooler
to
if you were.
sponsor us anytime. I feel like, now I want to say unwelcome because that's not the right word. Undeserved arrogance. Maybe is that what I'm trying to say? Like, I got, like punks.
Can
punk
you describe
bartenders.
me like a situation that would, like, because I think I know what you mean, but I'm not 100% sure. Like arrogant servers and bartenders. What's an example?
I don't like bartenders who spend too much time talking about themselves and how they do things and not paying attention to people who need drinks. In other words, hey, I want to, I'm a simple man. I drink kettle soda, beer, wine once in a while, a couple shots here and there. I am very easy to wait on. I do not order anything crafty.
Don't even use the fruit.
Don't even use the fruit, because you know
Exactly.
what? I don't use the fruit.
I cut the fruit. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you use yours.
Yeah, but you get the one guy that I've seen it, I've heard it many a times when I'm at a bar. You got a customer, I like this whatever fancy drink it is. Let's say it's a Cosmo. Let's call it a margarita, whatever it is, and they just want it the way it should come. And you got the one bartender that's like, well, the perfect way to do it is to do it this way. I'll make it for you this way. It'll taste so much better, and that's great, and I'm all for trying to make the customer feel better about ordering a drink. But then you get those people that are like, well, my way's the best way, so if you don't like it, then, too bad.
It's a big claim. It's a big
Yeah.
claim because, like, if you say the correct way to do something, and then if it's not up to snuff, I mean,
You're losing the audience.
you're done.
Yeah,
Like,
you're done.
That's it.
They're done,
Because you already, like,
I feel like my philosophy is, I tell my people, I'll make it any way you want me to make it. My way is not the perfect way.
yeah.
Because you know what? Everybody has different tastes. So I think that's where the arrogance comes in. Like, your way isn't the best way. Because everybody's best way is different.
I mean, me personally, I like my drinks a little on the weaker end. Like, I'm not out to go
You drink to be social and enjoy yourself.
Of
You don't drink to
course.
be drunk.
I drink to, like,
If it happens, it happens.
I can have a few, I can socialize, I can be available. Like, I don't want, like, 3 strong drinks and then I'm, like, stumbling out the door. Like, after, like, an hour and a half.
Who was the guy that busted your balls that night about Oban?
Oh my god!
Well,
I don't know. I haven't seen.
I know who he
forever.
is. I know the guy.
Yeah.
I've known him for like 25 years, and he was never. In the beginning, when I met him, he was the nicest guy on the planet. I don't know what happened to him in life, but all of a sudden, he turned into a very ignorant, like pompous
He is
person.
Yeah. So
Oban, how are you supposed to say it? I don't even know. I've been going to Oban since 1997.
So Oban is Oban, and apparently this guy tells me that it's supposed to be pronounced Obin, and I'm like, why? Where does that come from? I don't understand.
By you saying the wrong name, did that change the taste of the scotch in the glass that he was sipping?
Apparently it did.
Wow.
He looked at me
he
like
spat it out.
He's like, it's actually over.
That guy's in the restaurant
And I'm
business,
like-
by the way. He's a waiter.
Yeah.
He's a waiter at a fine dining restaurant in Massachusetts.
You know, I feel
Well,
like
he used to
that's-
be.
I feel like that's what like a lot of people don't really understand. That just because you're in the business doesn't mean like everyone's cool. Like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. It's
Ayo.
Yes.
it's bad.
I almost showed an ice cube. I'm sorry. Yes. Yes. And you know what? We're supposed to be a fraternity of restaurant employees.
No,
And
don't play it. I don't
For
want
some
you to play
reason,
it. Hold on. He looked up on
pointing
Google what the pronunciation is.
Okay.
On Google. Play it in the mic.
Play it for us,
Play it
Connor.
in the mic. You got.
Open.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'm not saying he was wrong,
I
God
know.
damn.
Like,
but my question. But here's the thing, Connor. It wasn't about Noah being wrong
I
pronouncing
know
it.
that. It's
So
just
guess
the
what? I've
fact
been calling it the
that
wrong.
you pointed
But
it out.
It's
but
just very
why,
funny.
why bother point? You're in the struggle together. We're in the
who's gonna
restaurant
be upset
business.
that I like? It's not like I mispronounced it and like I just made up like
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
I said. Oban is with the spelling is a very realistic like, pronunciation of it. It's not grounds to
That's
like,
a tomato
correct me.
tomato right there.
Right there.
That's a
Hey,
potato
that's what-
potato thing right there. That is
changes the way
something
the
else that
potato
sounds
tastes.
like that. I don't know. But I'm just saying, yeah. But there was no need for that. No need for that. Was he trying to impress the lady he was with? Was he trying to make himself like feel better because he had a small penis? I don't know. like seriously, like
might
personally,
like,
I don't care when it comes to stuff like that. I go out to dinner or I go to a bar. I treat people the way I want them treating me, and I'd be as respectful as I can.
Of course.
And then, don't get me wrong, I've come across a few idiots in my day. I've come across a lot of idiots in my day. But, you know, I don't like to call them out on it because, you know what? Like, sometimes I feel like being an idiot isn't their fault. They just weren't taught. Or
Yeah.
they were trying to be taught and they just got ignorant and they want to learn, which is fine too because you're going to feel the after effects of what happens when you don't want to learn right. Yeah. But, you know, my thing is, you know, I had a young fellow. I took a friend of mine out. I may have mentioned him on another podcast called Tea Murder, Terrence. And we decided to have a night together and drink some bourbon.
Oh no.
And it was Pappy Van Winkle, which is very difficult to find. It's delicious bourbon.
What year was it?
This was, I want to say either 2013 or 2014.
I meant the bourbon, but
Oh, the bourbon. Oh, I'm sorry.
like,
10-year, 12-year.
We had the 20, my friend has a bar, and we have a 20 and a 23-year-old at his bar. Now, it's a very, very difficult to find this bourbon
it
in bars.
speaks to the rarity
Yes.
of the year, of course.
But a friend of mine, his bar has it, and I knew he had it, so in advance, I made sure they had it available. So we made plans to drink at his bar. And my friend who bartends there was actually out of state. He was at a Big East tournament in New York City.
Really?
For NCAA tournament, yes. He was in the Big East tournament,
PC game
watching.
that night?
PC was there. He watched all the games. He was there.
Oh,
Yeah, he was loving it. So we went. It was the night of the terrorist attacks in France. I don't know if it was like 2013, 2014. I can't remember. So I met Team Murder at my friend's bar. I was the first one there. So I come walking in. We got there early. So I'm the first customer of the day because they open up late. So the kid's working there, and I may have met him one time. He was a very young guy. So I said to him, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Hey, how's it going?" Hey, I talked to the other guy. We're not mentioning names because I don't want people getting offended or calling anyone out. But I said I talked to him the other day, and he says you guys at the Pappy Van Winkle. Can I get 2 shots of the 20-year-old? So he's like, "Oh, you want a double shot in one glass?" I said, No. I have a friend of mine coming. We'll take 2 single shots. I'm gonna sit over there. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Just put up 2 single shots and 2 sides of water. You know." So I sit down. My friend Team Murder shows up. We have a couple. We sit down. We start talking. First time we experienced Pappy Van Winkle. We heard about this Pappy from the movie The Internship, with Vince Vaughn and
That's in The
Owen
Internship?
Wilson. Yeah, because in the beginning of the movie, they were getting ready to pitch the sales of the watches to the guy. He's like, "You know what? I know it's expensive, but I think tonight we should celebrate by having some Pappy."
Really?
Yeah, and that's how we learned about Pappy, and we thought it was hysterical.
It was a name drop.
Interesting.
So, yeah, so we name dropped Pappy, and all of a sudden, like, you know, that's how we found out about it. So we said, we'll get some Pappy because that's one of our favorite movies. So we're sipping this bourbon. Delicious bourbon. Oh, my God. Fantastic bourbon. So I'm not a big bourbon drinker. And I had a long night of drinking with this guy. And I said to the bartender, I go, look, I'm going to switch back to my Kettle One and Club Soda. Get the gentleman next to me a 23-year-old Pappy. So the bartender's like, are you sure? So I said to him, I go, yeah, I'm sure. I don't want no more bourbon. I want vodka soda. He said, no, are you sure you want the 23-year-old? It's really expensive, you know. So I go, are you embarrassing me in front of my friend over here? Like, I can't afford. I go, give me the 23-year-old Pappy. I can afford your 23-year-old Pappy. You get very ignorant with me. He said, oh, I'm just wanting to let you know it's really expensive. So I got offended a little bit, but at the same time, I want to have a little fun with the guy, and I'm freaking out Team Murder. He's bugging out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's like, oh my God, calm down. I'm not calming down. So I pull kind of a Joe Pesci kind of thing on this kid.
He's making a scene.
I'm making the scene. But I'm making a scene in a funny way. So now the manager comes over, who's a very good friend of mine. So I call him over and go, what's going on with your bartender over here? He's like, what's the problem? I go, this is my friend's first time in this establishment. They're trying to have some bourbon like gentlemen. I order a 23-year-old Pappy Van Winkle. And the guy goes, are you sure you can afford it? Like I'm sometimes degenerate. The manager starts freaking out and ready to kill the bartender first. I'll smack him with a I wish you know how much Pappy costs if you're ordering it. I go, tell me about it. I go, you know. And T Murder is just sitting there going, oh my God, something's jumping off. But, you know, honestly, I'm going to chalk that up to lack of social graces on this fellow.
It's delivery. It's
Delivery. But he also works in a kind of bar where customers would complain about pricing.
I can see that.
You know, and I'm going to give him that. But I just find it comical. But his first impression as a bartender was like, he's a young punk, doesn't know how to talk to people.
You know, like instead of being like, oh, like, are you sure about that?
I just want to let you. I just want to let you know
so you
it's
know,
$75.
like, yeah.
You know, and I'm,
So
I
you're
get
aware,
it.
you know,
I get it because I've been blindsided by pricing before, but I never made a scene about it.
Oh, yeah.
But like, you know, I also have been on the other side, talking to customers about what we charge for things, and there's a proper way of doing it. And you know what? I learned that the hard way from my mentor bartenders that taught me about how to bartend. You know. But back then, those guys that were mentoring me, we didn't have all this stuff around back then. We didn't have $80 shots of tequila. We didn't have $100 shots of scotch available to us. You know, I mean, it was out there. It was always available. But, like, we never had people coming in ordering it. We were the kind of place that everybody, yeah, give me 5 beers, 5 shots, and that's it kind of a thing, you know? So I learned just from being a human, I guess, of how to talk to people. And I feel bad because I kind of, honestly... I know I've had a few kettles. I kind of want to, like, start a seminar on how to teach young bartenders how to communicate with customers so they don't sound like idiots. But I don't think anybody will pay $39.95 for my seminar, so I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean?
$39.95.
I don't know. I figure I get like 1,000 people at $39.95. That's $39,000. I don't know.
Get like an auditorium.
Yeah, I set it up.
Just run it
You know.
out. I mean, it would work. I don't know.
You know.
If you teach the barbacks and bartenders here, then that'll give us the edge on the competition, Mario. You can't be
I
sharing
feel
this
like-
knowledge with everyone.
I just feel like a lot of places, a lot of these guys that are here just won't listen to me. I've tried a few people, and I'm like, oh my God, you can't be helped.
I'll listen.
You know.
I was gonna say.
I think we all know who I'm talking about.
Of all
You
the
know.
of all the people I would listen to in the restaurant, they're probably sitting here.
Oh, thanks, pal.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
I do appreciate
Like, yeah, I'll take one.
We'll fill up our glasses one more time tonight because they're delicious, as always. And we'd like to actually give a shout out to another sponsor of ours, Ned's Reptile Emporium in Central Falls, Rhode Island. We'd like to thank you for your support, Ned, and we hope that your reptiles are safe in this hard winter that we're having. So, thank you, Ned's Reptile Emporium.
Ned's Reptile Emporium.
Unofficial sponsor of Tapthatglass tonight presents Late Night Sauce.
I will go to Ned's Reptile Emporium. I used to go to, I don't know if we're familiar with it, Regal Reptiles. I
am not familiar with that
I
place.
forget where that was.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it was in
still
Rhode
a thing?
Island. No, that got shut down. No, the last time I was there when I was a kid, a
Thank
tarantula
you.
got loose, and they were like, "Yeah, if you see a spider running around,
Right.
just call one of the staff."
Yeah.
I don't know if it was venomous or not, I hope not.
Tarantulas venomous?
Let me look it up.
I mean, I feel
I'm
like
not big on the
some of them
spiders.
can be.
some might be.
They allowed me to hold one that was venomous. It would have irritated my skin had my skin made contact with
Really?
like, the hair on the tarantula. They let me hold it on my sweatshirt sleeve at Regal Reptiles. Yes,
Really?
That's cool.
right on my sleeve.
I can't speak, by
Nice.
the way.
I'm
Ned,
looking it up.
I don't know how Ned runs into his reptile emporium,
I'm
but
sure he's much more responsible.
he might be, he might not. I don't know. All I know is he's
Thanks,
an
sir.
unofficial sponsor of Tapthatglass tonight. Presents Late Night Sauce. Thank you, Ned, and I hope the reptiles are safe.
So Jack,
Yes, back to it.
you work mostly back of house. We would say, like you're mostly in the kitchen. You expedite. You make the salads. You do what needs to be done.
Absolutely. I do make some desserts from
He does
here and
desserts
there,
as
you
well,
know.
folks. Let's
course,
not
of course.
minimize his talents.
Makes
I
a
know,
mean
I know.
cookie skill.
I did make some stuffed mozzarella for Rob Gronkowski's party when they visited the safe house. I do want to
Yes,
throw that
he
out there.
did. Yes, he did. I was here that night.
And I received some
Yes.
feedback. I don't know. I did receive some feedback on it. I
well?
was told they were delicious.
I was here that night,
someone
and Mr.
said that.
Gronkowski was actually a pure gentleman. His party, it was for a friend of his. It was his birthday party. I had him in the private room, and those guys were some funny guys that had no filter and just did not care what they were saying about each other, and just it was they were so happy with this place. They happy with the service. They just I hope they come back next year for the birthday party, and but Rob Gronkowski, his friends, great people, and we can't wait to have them back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Annual thing.
Of course. I mean, I suppose annual.
They were happy.
Hey,
with
maybe
the
maybe we can get lucky and get Rob on the podcast someday. Who knows? I'm
Oh my
purely doubt that he will, but I got a little bit of hope. But you know what?
Be a lot cooler if he did.
It'd be a
I
lot
thought,
cooler if he did.
I thought we were setting the bar pretty high with having the salad guy on the podcast. I don't know. Yeah. Wow.
We got the guy who was sitting next to the guy that sat next to Krakowski on the podcast,
Oh my goodness.
and he's a used car salesman at Greco Honda. And basically,
Connected.
he's a very well connected guy, great guy. Actually, the whole crew was great. I hung out with him after the party. Unfortunately, Gronk had to go home because it was training camp and he was being responsible. But that crew, they were a little crazy. A little crazy.
Good friends, you can tell.
Yeah, cool. They're just a fun bunch of guys, and I got a funny feeling that'll be us in like 10 years. Hopefully, we'll be in that side room doing the same thing for my 57th birthday. We'll see.
Nice.
We'll see.
Quick maths.
I had to use my fingers. You guys can see that at home because it is a podcast, and I had to use my fingers.
I feel like I distracted from Noah. Noah, you were coming across with a question, and I just completely.
Yeah, you messed
I
that up.
think I
man.
had the question.
That's my fault.
No,
I made
I-
it about me.
That's
I
what
made
we
it-
do.
It's okay.
I
It's okay.
made it about me, didn't I? Damn.
No, it's
No,
cool.
you didn't make it about you. You took the ball over the goal line,
Okay.
into the end zone, and
You're
you
the
made the
guest,
statement.
buddy.
You made
You're
the
the
statement,
guest.
yes.
You're the guest. We need to hear from you.
We put
need to hear
egos
what you
aside.
do.
This
There is something
podcast,
to
we
be
put the
said for that,
egos
okay.
aside, okay? We're all equals here. We're all friends. We're family. That's what we do here at Tap That Glass Late Night
Why are you
Sauce.
looking at me like that, Jack?
You're doing it again. You look at him again. I don't know.
He
I'm
is
looking at
giving
my
him
drink,
the
I'm looking
same
at my
look.
I don't know. So, anyways. So, I'm leaning more towards the expediter role.
Right.
So, you see the tickets come in. You see the food that people ask for and stuff like that.
Mhm.
What annoys you
Oh.
about...
Knew where you were going.
No,
with
no.
that.
Here it is.
What
There it
annoys
is.
you when the tickets come out of the printer and you look at it and like what's there that just makes things like horrible for you?
All right.
For your position.
I bet she hates the
For my
charcuterie board.
position, I mean,
No, we're talking expediter. We're not talking salad.
if we're talking
Expo. Yeah.
expediter,
like
there
from
was-
when the servers and when like the customers what they order. What
I could-
makes you feel weird? I don't know.
I could tell a very good story.
Okay. Okay.
There was one day during the summer where someone had a table upstairs, and they put in an order for 2 burgers. And the burgers went up, and I believe the bun came back down for one of the burgers, and they wanted a toasted bun.
They were all toasted.
It
That's
wasn't
what I
articulated
thought.
on the ticket that they wanted a toasted bun.
But
they
it comes
received
toasted.
they received a bun. Apparently, they received a bun that wasn't toasted.
Okay.
Okay.
Summertime though, we had some.
It's possible.
Questionable
With kitchen
staff.
changes.
Yeah.
And
It's
things like
possible that they ordered something on a bun that doesn't normally come on a bun.
Okay.
In
Yeah,
which case
alright.
it may not have been toasted.
If you sub the bread.
Right.
Okay.
So the bread came back down
Restaurants,
and they wanted
yeah.
it toasted. And so I asked the cooks. The cooks put it on the grill. They could have left it on for longer, but I took it off. It had char marks on it, and the bread was hard.
Okay.
And so I sent it back up. And I was told
I think I was here that day.
that the person who received this bun threw it on the floor.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What?
I remember this now. Yes.
He is to this day known as Toasted Bun Guy. I'm told he comes here pretty often.
I need somebody to tell me who he is.
And
Should get him on a podcast.
Yeah.
You're throwing buns on the floor. What's
I
your
don't-
problem?
I don't know.
Throwing food at the strap.
Think you're better than us?
He
I
thinks
don't-
he's better than us.
I don't know.
I don't know if that was annoying to me
You're
so
not.
much as comical. I'm sure it was mortifying to the server, I know which server had to deal with it. I don't know if
Why
I
you
want to
throw
name
No,
them
we're
on
not-
the
we're not
ground?
dropping
we
names.
don't have to, but
We're
I
leaving
feel-
names out to protect the innocent.
Yeah, I definitely feel bad for her for having to deal with that. That's absolutely obnoxious. And I know that the person that he was with was also mortified at the situation. And tables near
I
them.
remember the story. Yes.
Tables near them were making fun
Of
the
him, them,
table.
yeah.
So
Andrew was here for that. I think Andrew was still managing back then.
They
Okay.
ordered a burger, and a different table was like, "Excuse me, my bun isn't toasted," just to make a joke out of it. So they were getting made fun of by other customers, which I think
You
was
want?
awesome.
I know you think that's awesome, but like sometimes that can be even more hurtful. Or,
that could definitely instigate
not
the
hurt.
situation.
It can make it worse for the bartender or the server,
Yeah,
and then you got a
absolutely.
situation you got to de-escalate,
Absolutely.
which is not always fun. And
Yeah, again, I feel bad.
I
for the
get
server
it.
having to deal with
Trust
that,
me, I
absolutely.
get it. But it's
So,
Being from the back of house, I don't have to deal with that, so I just kind of cracked a smile, and now that's an inside joke. But yeah, for the people who have to deal with that guy
Yeah.
who was literally throwing food on the floor,
Yeah.
that's terrible. I
so
can't even
why
imagine.
did he throw the bun? Like, was
It wasn't
the bun
toasted enough?
Wasn't toasted
It just
enough?
wasn't
but
toasted
I
enough,
feel like that
I guess.
doesn't qualify as throwing buns.
no.
Like, I mean,
I mean, he's toasted bun guy now for a reason.
yes,
I also feel as though that would not justify throwing it on the floor. I agree with you.
It almost makes you think though, like what led up to him getting that.
That's
Pent
also
up.
that's kind of my thing. Like there
Is it
have
bad
to be,
service? Is it bad attitude? Is it bad childhood? Maybe his father didn't hug him.
Yeah, there have to
Maybe
be.
maybe he had no
possible.
friend. Maybe he had no friends in school. We don't know.
Yeah,
True.
there have to be
You
circumstances.
know, maybe he's still a
that lead up
virgin.
to
I
that.
mean, I don't know. Like, it could be anything. You know,
I like to imagine that it's the last
Like,
one.
whatever
but
it
you
is
really just
doesn't
don't know.
qualify
You
throwing
really
the bun.
just
I'm
don't
not condoning what he did. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
there's probably a lot of reasons why he's probably angry. I'll tell you right now, this guy has a history of throwing buns on the floor at a restaurant. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have luck with the ladies.
Yeah, very true.
You know?
But also, the fact that I think I don't know if he's a regular here, but I know that he's come back since then. I wouldn't show my face in a restaurant if I made a scene like that and threw food.
I'm
on
gonna
the
be
floor.
honest with you. A lot of people that do that kind of thing, they have no like morals or self-esteem
I
or
feel like
shame.
you can't if you
They
do
don't
something
care.
like that,
They just
yeah.
don't care. Like, yeah, I had a girl one time years ago at my bar. I think she had just turned 21. Beautiful girl too. Like if she had a half a brain, she could be like the next Giselle Bunchkin or the next Giselle Brady, whatever the hell you want to call her. Right? This girl was beautiful, but dumb as a fucking stump. Tom Brady's wife, Giselle.
Okay.
Yeah. She was beautiful. Apparently, she comes from a entitled background where, you know, she had an ego and they fed it, kind of a thing at a young age.
Yeah.
So she was just turned 21. She was drinking at the bar. She ended up smashing a glass and started yelling at me. And I was just like, hey.
Did
you
she
know,
smash the glass intentionally? Like,
I don't think she smashed it intentionally. I think it was an accident. But then her reaction after she did it was like, hey, you either clean this up and get me another one. And I was like, nope, I need to tell you to pay your bill and go out that front door. And maybe I'll let you back in here next time. And they paid the bill and they left. Right? She came in about a couple weeks later with a friend. And I said to him, hey, you were here a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it was your birthday. I don't know what was going on. You weren't very nice to the people that were working here. So I'm going to suggest to you that you treat the people that work here a little nicer. So she was embarrassed, but her friend decided to be all confrontational. So I said to her, I go, you know what? If you're going to have that kind of attitude, maybe you should go now and go drink somewhere else, because the whole point of this whole conversation was, hey, you had a bad night. Let's put it behind us. Make sure there's no more other bad nights. Now you're creating a new bad night, so you can get the hell out. Kicked her out. No big deal. This girl comes back 6 years later to my bar on a date with a dude. Right? I know who she is. She's still beautiful, still a good-looking girl. Still dumb as a stump. Dumb as a stump. So, hey guys, how you doing? I pretend nothing's going on. I know exactly what this girl is, who she is, whatever, right? I pretend I don't know who the hell she is. I go, who would you like to drink tonight? They order a couple of drinks. Give it to them. I don't know if it's a first date, second date. They've been dating a year. I don't know what's going on. There's some sort of awkwardness, but whatever. Like, they're together. She calls me over. I said, yes. She's like, do you remember me? I go, I'm sorry? She goes, you remember me? Like, you yelled at me last time for being, like rude in here. I go, what? And she's like, yeah, I guess I was drunk one night and I smashed a glass. And when I came back with my friends, you yelled at me and my friend was rude to you. I said, you sure you got the right bar? Because it's not here. Now, the whole time, I know who she is. I'm pretending it's not her because I'm trying not to make her look stupid in front of this fellow.
Giving her a way out, like
basically, like, you know,
you didn't need to bring this
right.
up.
And it's 6 years later. I'm not gonna hold a grudge 6 years later because my life doesn't revolve around that bullcrap. But I don't forget stuff.
I feel like
You'd like to forget stuff, but you don't.
But I feel like if you deny it, you also make it seem like she does this at other places as well. If
That's fine.
Well, if
that was my intention. That was my intention. But my intention was not to make her feel like she was relevant in my life by acting like a jerk. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because once you make them relevant, then you condone and you make them feel like that them being inappropriate in a bar atmosphere is accepted, and that, like, you know, hey, I was a jerk, it's okay, I'll be a jerk again. So I said to her, I said, look, I'm really sorry. I've never seen you before in my life. I go, maybe we're at another bar, maybe you're thinking of a different bartender, but I've never kicked you out of a bar. I've never seen you before. So I don't know what to tell you. And I walked away. She got so upset that I didn't know who she was. I can hear her in the background bad-mouthing me for not remembering her, right? She called me over again. She's like, are you sure you don't remember this? I said, look, I don't know where you're going with this conversation. I'm really sorry. I go, but I think you should just try to enjoy your night with your friend here. I go, I never kicked you out of this bar. I would remember something. I kicked a lot of people out of this place. I've never seen you before in my life. I'm sorry. So maybe you got confused with a different place. The guy starts yelling at her. He goes, you're clearly messed up and don't know where the hell you are. This is not where you got kicked out. Oh, no. I walk away. I am laughing. I am sorry for dropping that up. I was laughing.
She got set up.
Because you know what? That kind of payback is better.
It's karma. Yeah.
Karma.
Goes around, comes around.
She was so upset that I didn't acknowledge her presence that it ruined. I don't even know if they're still together. I have no idea. This is years ago, right? But I'm like, but the guy's yelling. He's like, what is wrong with you? You were clearly at a different bar. You got kicked out. It wasn't here. Leave the bartender alone, he says. I go in the back. I almost peed my pants. It was so funny, right? And then part of me I was aroused a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. And I was just like, you know, I cut this girl down to size who was entitled. And I ruined whatever night she could have had and whatever. She might have had a few. I don't know. That could have been her future fiance. I have no idea. But her ignorance deserved my treating her that way, you know? And that bothers me.
I hope she learned a lesson. Gained something from it at least.
Guarantee you she did not.
I mean, you're probably right, but
Guarantee you she did not.
Assume the best. sometimes. You
Oh
know?
my God.
You hope for the best.
Prepare for the worst.
Yeah, real quick.
So
Be right back.
I'm gonna switch gears a little bit here. All right.
Okay.
I feel like one of our co-hosts here hasn't really, said a lot in the podcast so far. So I'm gonna put a question towards
Let's
him.
just put the cards on the table and like read them though. Who are you talking about?
Connor. How you doing tonight, Connor?
I'm doing fine.
Doing fine?
Good shift at work. No complaints.
All right.
Love
all
the
right.
people. They come.
We're gonna talk about your complaints real quick, though, Connor.
Oh boy,
Right.
here it is.
So listen.
Airing of the grievances.
Listen, you don't need to tell us who it is. Yeah, like we're not gonna hold it against you or anything. But Connor, as a barback in this building, as well as a bartender, you double down. What happens behind the bar that you as a barback do not enjoy?
Right, so everybody understands. I just want to say this. Like, imagine yourself fighting on a pirate ship. The bar. No. You'll get the analogy. The bartenders are the ones fighting with the cannons, steering the ship, doing the whole thing. I'm the guy in the background bailing out the water. Okay, I got the bucket in my hands. I'm scooping water out.
I can see that about you. Yes,
Scooping water out of the ship. Okay.
I can see that.
Things that bother me.
We're all friends here. It's okay.
With
You
the
can be
pandemic,
honest.
I won't lie. It excites me when these things are said to me. But
I know.
when
it is.
a typical weekend night, there's 3 bartenders on, and then me, the barback.
Oh yeah.
I
I wish I was there for it.
I used to hate it, but the pandemic, it makes me feel like things are coming back to normal. But when I have 3 questions asked at once, Connor, get me bread. Different bartender, Connor, get me water. Do this, do that.
It's tough. It's tough.
You have to set a list of priorities on what gets done first. That can be annoying.
Absolutely, understandable.
The second thing, I feel like very close second, is when I go down. We run out of something, I go grab it. We make sure the bartender has what they have. I come back up
You need
from my
something
trip. There's another thing that I need to grab from the same spot.
What can we do to fix that? That's my question.
Sometimes you just can't fix it all the time.
I feel like
it can be bad luck. It can just, I don't know.
I feel the bad luck is definitely in there. I feel like we could do a few things. I feel like every time we try to do things to fix that, it never works out. And then I feel like the times that we don't do anything, that's when we get stuck.
That is true.
And
very true.
That's just the way. That's just is that. What's it called? Like Murphy's Law, Doyle's Law. What is that?
I know what you. I
Yeah.
can't think of the name.
Yeah,
myself,
damned if you do,
but-
damned if you don't, kind of thing. Yeah.
Literally stuck in a rock and a hard place. Stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. It's not easy. It's not. Hey, you know what? I know what you go through. I'm here with you. I've been with you for a long time, and it's hard. This whole place is hard. And I feel like it's gonna be one of those things that there's no fixing whatever problems we have. It's just gonna be one of those. Hey, what can we do to help ease the situation? And we're just gonna start doing it because we don't. We talk about it, but we don't. And I'm the biggest offender of not following up on certain things. But then again, I make some things happen too. But
No, change is hard. You
yeah,
just have
it's
to-
hard.
Yeah. But it's fun. I don't know. You get to be the observer as the barback. I feel like you just sit back. You take everything for what it is. You do what you got to do. I don't know.
Anyways, Jack, I'm gonna steer this back towards you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Jack, don't call me sir. We're all friends here.
Sir. All right.
Jack, so let me ask you this.
You can call me sir if you want. You can call me sir.
Clear that up real quick.
Yeah, just saying.
Jack, do you have any questions for us as the bar staff? I mean, you're back at house. Like, do you have any front of house things that you would be interested in knowing about?
Maybe just what can I do as a customer to make your lives easier, if anything? I'm a pretty easy customer.
We can't answer
Great
that right
question.
now. We're gonna hurt some feelings if we do
All right,
that.
I have one answer.
Okay.
I think
Very
I got a funny feeling. It's the same thing I'm thinking.
One short
A
answer,
very
then-
short stint of bartending.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's more annoying than it is confusing, but When you go up to a customer and they ask for Tito's and vodka,
Okay.
what does that mean? What does that mean?
Okay.
And then you have to
I have a
question
Tito's and
them.
vodka.
And you have to question them.
And they get mad at you for questioning them.
Ooh, but
Like, are you already fucked up? Like, I
Tito's-
don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Tito's is a vodka.
I can see I set them off here. Oh,
Do you
just a
want
little
more-
bit. Just a little bit.
Just things like that. Not to sound pretentious, but when you feel, almost when
No,
you
not
feel
at all.
like
I can see a
you
lot of
think
vodka.
you
I'm
know
looking at
more
a
than
lot of
I
different
do.
vodka right now. I can, yeah.
Especially when you get upset. I don't know. It can just be weird at times. It's just part of the job. I feel like, but it is what it is sometimes.
You know what? You know what? I think the worst thing that's I've heard that's happened either to me or someone else
Okay.
is that another customer waves you down
Oh man.
and says,
Here it is. I
Yeah,
know this.
I
I know
know
this
this.
one. This is the
waves-
worst. This is the
wa-
worst.
They wave you down and they go,
That
"Hey,
needs
this
a
person
drink.
needs a drink."
Yeah, yeah.
Why? Why? Are you buying it? What are you doing with it?
Hey, speaking of that, I remember the guy I yelled at a couple years ago. He used to come in upstairs all the time with his son.
Oh yeah.
And I freaked, night before Thanksgiving, I freaked out on him and his son. But not mentioning his name, haven't seen him in years. I'm not complaining. But I almost made him cry one night. It was hysterical.
Well, it's tough. Like, unless you're buying it, like, don't tell me that, like,
Oh, that
people
was
need
hysterical.
drinks.
Oh, it was
Like,
hysterical.
what do you mean? Like, of course they need drinks. Everyone needs
Oh,
drinks.
like the guy who
We're
owns,
busy.
like the guy who
What do you
owns
want
Domino's
from me?
Pizza that does that? Oops, who says that?
Oh, that was damn close to a name drop.
Well,
But not.
we're looking a little low on our drinks here, so I think we're gonna be wrapping this one up for now. We will top her off. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining us at Tapthatglass Tonight presents Late Night
Nice
Sauce.
Dice is low, so this works out perfectly.
Oh,
Just so. We need a shtick? No.
I gotta come up with a shtick. Give it time.
What?
Let's go.
No.